March 17th, 2024, St. Patrick's Day in Cape Coral, Florida. 15-year-old Kayla Rincon-Miller was doing what any teenager should be doing, walking home from the movies with her best friends. But as they walked toward a McDonald's, a rented silver SUV blinded them with its high beams. What followed was a cold-blooded robbery that ended in a muzzle flash. Today, May 19th, 2026, one of the teens behind that ambush, Christopher Horne Jr., learned his fate.
What should have been a fun night for these girls became a nightmare that none of us will ever forget. After leaving the theater, the girls were walking to McDonald's when they were attacked at gunpoint. During the attack, Kayla was shot and later died. Since that night, our lives have never been the same. My daughter lost not only her sense of safety, but also a part of herself. In the aftermath, she was no longer allowed to go out unless I approved who she was going with, where they were going, and who was driving. She could not ride her bike or walk around our neighborhood, something that she enjoyed and did regularly. Simple freedoms that most young people take for granted disappeared overnight. It was months before I let her have more freedom to go out with her friends. For more than 2 years, she could not even bring herself to return to the marquee movie theater because the memories were just too painful. She and I just recently went to see Billie Eilish's movie at that theater not over a week and a half ago. This crime has changed my daughter. She has struggled with the direction of her life and is dealing with the trauma of what happened to her. I also watched her friend Luann.
Okay, I'm going to pause you for 1 second. I can see 3 ladies sitting here in the front row that are talking and looking at a piece of paper and also laughing. That's not going to be permitted in the courtroom. There are rules of decorum. If you want to express yourself or whatever, do it in the hallway. But if you're going to express any emotions or anything, it's not allowed here in court, especially during victim impact during a sentencing. So if you cannot control your emotions or your expressions, please go out in the hallway. It's the last time I'm going to warn you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I also watched her friend Luann struggle with the aftermath of that night. She had known Kayla since elementary school, and what happened hit her hard. She lost a longtime friend that evening. Both girls have had to deal with all the speculation as to what happened that night and were bullied and harassed on social media. What happened that night was not temporary. The emotional and psychological damage continues to this day, and my daughter, all of us, will live with this memory of that night forever. We ask the court to recognize the lasting impact that this crime has had on our lives and the lifelong pain it has caused. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else
Judge,
you
I
like?
believe that's all the victim impact we have. I just want to.
All right.
I did expect one more person, but I don't see that person now. So.
Do you want to check or? That's fine. We can take a short. When we take a short recess, or
That's fine, Your Honor.
all right, we'll take about a 10-minute recess. And again, just if you're going to be in the courtroom, just remember, especially while witnesses are testifying, to be courteous. Any expressions that if you're laughing, joking, talking, that's distracting to the court and distracting from the proceedings. So I'm ordering you not to do that. If you feel like you can't control yourself, then please go out in the hallway. You can wait until the proceedings are finished. Thank you. We're going to recess for about 10 minutes.
The state will call Louis-Anne Deja.
All right.
Judge, I'd ask if she'd be allowed to stand here and speak to you.
That's fine. Go up there. Just raise your right hand. You swear affirm testimony you give be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
And Louis-Anne, have you prepared something you'd like to read to the judge?
Yes, I have.
You may do so.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
There are moments in life that divide everything into a before and an after. March 17th, 2024, I lived in a world where my friends were my safety. I have suffered so much mentally and physically since this night occurred, and even before. I blame myself for the senseless decisions that cost my friend's life. It was never my plan to watch the people that I care about the most get hurt. It is something that I will never or can erase from my mind. I just wanted a night out to get away from all the problems a teenage girl has. Family issues, relationships, self-esteem. As girls that night, we lifted each other up in ourselves. In a world of love and growth, we were met with danger and calamity. Our innocence led us to an unfathomable outcome. Till this day, my reality is disoriented and a part of me has been taken. I don't know how to recover. Your Honor, I'm sitting here, but all I want is my friend here with me. My soul is confused. I don't know how to recover from hugging my friend and giving makeup tips to each other, to crying and begging and wishing that she was here to take the stand with me today. I will never forget trying to comfort my friend and tell her it's gonna be okay, while I myself was feeling helpless. The last bit of childhood I realized had been robbed from me. They wanted our money, but the only thing they took was her life. I will never forget that night after rushing back from the hospital. I reached in my back pocket and I felt 45 cents. That is it. Thank you.
Judge, that's all the victim impact we have. I know the
Okay.
defendant has prepared a statement he would like to read as well.
Very well. Strider?
Judges, it's okay if you remain seated?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I just want to say to the family and the victims, I'm deeply sorry for the role I played in your loved one's death. I'm deeply sorry to the victims for bringing this pain and trauma upon you. I know sorry a trillion times will never be enough. I hope for forgiveness, but I'm not seeking it because the damage, the trauma, happy homes broken after this tragic. I can't relate being in your footsteps, but I can view from sitting on the bleachers. I just wish things never had to end with Kayla losing her life so young and innocent. I want to send my condolences to the mother, father, siblings, and other family members and victims, everyone that's affected. I'm not a monster. I feel like the demons I fought as a child plays a part and affected my future and impacted lives. I'm not here to right my wrong. I have a heart, and I take full responsibility and accountability for my actions. I made terrible decisions I regret and wish I can change. I know my sin is... I know this apology is never going to justify anything. I hope this and my sentence give you a little peace. I pray for you, and I truly, deeply sorry things happening like this.
Okay. Anything else from the defense?
No.
Okay.
Can you approach with the score sheet?
Yes.
I provided a copy to defense counsel. counsel, which reflects the charges that Mr. Horne Jr. pled to. And at this time, we are asking you to impose the agreed-upon sentence of 25 years. The reason for the plea would be his cooperation with the state in this case. Specifically, it would be the defendant cooperated with the state to resolve the current offense or any other offense, Judge. There also, the other request would be that he have no contact with the victim's family, any of the victim's families in this case, that being Emma Wright, Luann Deja, and Kayla Rincon-Miller. There also would be an adjudication of guilt, as well as all the court fines and court costs that are associated with. Based on his age and being a juvenile, he will be entitled to a 15-year review. The state is putting on the record he was not the shooter. The evidence is otherwise. We have multiple we have statements, as well as the evidence that Your Honor heard in trial that Christopher Horne Jr. was not the shooter, so I'd like to put that on the record for purpose of the sentencing. And additionally, Judge, there's no minimum mandatory associated with this 25 years.
Okay, and the minimum prison sentence on the criminal punishment code score sheet indicates 329.25 months, which is about approximately 27 years?
Correct. But
Okay, so this is a mitigated departure?
that's correct, Your Honor.
And you're saying the stated reason is because the defendant cooperated with the state to resolve the current offense or any other offense?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Anything from the defense?
Judge, I believe the state covered it. There's no need for me to restate where we're at. I know the state indicated no minimum mandatory, which is to say the reference to 775.087 has been removed.
Okay.
The state orally amended the charges when we did the plea originally in court. That's all I'll say, Judge.
I think, yeah, they already did that when he pled, I believe.
That's what I'm saying, Judge. I have it pulled up.
Okay, so that's correct. All right. And Mr. Warren, I know you read a statement. Is there anything you wish to address to the court prior to the court pronouncing sentence?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Having presided over the hearings and listened to the victim impact statements today, as well as accepted your plea, then it is the court's sentence in this case that as to count 1, second-degree murder, the court will adjudicate you guilty, will sentence you to 25 years in the Florida Department of Corrections with all credit. My understanding is because you were a juvenile, you get a 15-year review as part of that sentence. So I'll make that on the record. And then there's statutorily mandated fines, fees, and costs. You have to pay $413 in court costs, $100 cost prosecution. I'll order and reserve on any restitution. There's any others? Okay. Any other fines, fees, or costs? All right. There'll be no contact with the victim's family, of any of the victims or their families. And there'll be, let's see, how much credit does he have?
763 days.
763 days credit that'll be applied to that sentence. You have 30 days to appeal the jurisdiction of the court or legality of that sentence, and that appeal would have to be filed here in Lee County at the clerk's office. If you can't afford an attorney for an appeal, want to be appointed for you. Any other terms or conditions from the state?
We would also just ask, he's also
Yeah, so each of the robbery counts. Let me pull up the plea form. Is it just 25 years concurrent on each? Okay, and he still gets a 15-year review on each of those. So then on count 2, let me make sure that's correct.
Just because they're second-degree felonies, are they not?
Judge, if we could do 15 years on each of those. To run
Second-degree felony, that's right. All right, so on each of those, on count 2, which is attempted robbery, charged as a second-degree felony, the statutory maximum for that is 15 years. So the court will adjudicate you guilty and sentence you to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections, concurrent, running at the same time as the sentence in count 1. Also in count 2, attempted robbery, you're adjudicated guilty, sentenced to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections, concurrent with the sentences in the other counts. And in count, see, that's count 2, count 3, that was count 3, and count 4, attempted robbery, you're adjudicated guilty and sentenced to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections, concurrent with all other counts, and running at the same time. And you get credit for time served on all accounts. Was there anything else? Anything else, Mr. Hyder?
No, Judge.
All right, like I said, sir, that'll be your sentence. You've got 30 days to file an appeal, and if you can't afford an attorney for an appeal, one can be appointed for you. You'll get fingerprinted and remanded. Quiet in the courtroom. Quiet in the courtroom.
But for Kayla's family, the monster is the empty seat at their dinner table. While Horne starts his 25-year journey behind bars, all eyes now turn to July 10th, 2026, when the alleged shooter, Thomas Stein, will face his own final judgment. Will he get life? Subscribe to the archive to witness the final chapter. This is the Master File. Case closed.